Alright, please make your way to this part of the handout and we will be looking at just that one page. This is all about integrating functions involving e to the power of x, and as you know, the derivative of e to the power of x is e to the power of x itself, and therefore of course the integral of e to the power of x is e to the power of x itself plus a constant. So let's go to these examples here. It's probably a good idea to continue identifying f of x and g of x. Okay, so f of x here is the outside function e to the power of x, and g of x is 2x minus 1. And so we want to bring the integral always into that form. It was Ainsley's formula we said today, g prime of x times f of g of x. Okay, so we need to get into this format here, right? Because the answer to this is the integral of f of x with g of x inside plus a constant. Alright, so let's go for it then. We integrate this e to the power of 2x minus 1 dx. We know that this is f of g of x. So now we need g prime of x here in front. Do we have anything? No, we haven't, and g prime of x is of course 2, so I need a 2 here. Now it is in the format f of g prime of x times, okay, so that's all fine, but of course if I put a multiply by 2 I also need to divide by 2. Okay, so now I can put the equal sign, and that means I can apply this now here. The integral of e to the power of x is e to the power of x, so the half stays where it is, and it's the outside function integrated with the inside untouched plus my constant c, and I am done already. Please pause the video here and take the time to differentiate this to make sure you get back to the original function. Let's move on to question 2. So, as you see, I'm subtracting two functions here, so let's split this up into two integrals. The first one's this. You can also see I'm farming out the constant here in front of the integral, e to the power of 2x minus e to the power of minus 3x. Oops, sorry, I forgot to, of course, split it up. So here we go. That's the first one here. And now comes the second one, minus the integral of e to the power of minus 3x dx. Since these two integrals are a little bit simple, I won't write out f of x and g of x like I did here. Okay, so the 2 stays there, and I need to bring it into the usual format up here. So e to the power of 2x dx. Do I need anything in front here? Yes, I need g prime of x. Okay, and the thing that I need is 2, because this is f of g of x here. G of x is 2x, the derivative of g of x is 2. Okay, but because I put a 2, I also need to divide by 2. So I have 2 times a half times that integral. Now we can go back to the second integral here, and we'll do something very similar. The integral of e to the power of minus 3x. The derivative of the inside is negative 3. Change of color. Minus 3 times. Okay, so this follows exactly the same format. So that's good here for this one, and that's also good. Don't forget the dx. Okay, and now we can go ahead, simplify, and integrate. So 2 times a half, that's 1. The integral here is following this format. Okay, so that's going to be e to the power of 2x. And this one, that minus and that minus gives plus. And we have 3 times e to the power of minus 3x mistake. So there's no 3 here. That 3 is of course within the formula, so I need to correct that. Let's go. So that's just going to be plus e to the power of minus 3x. And then plus a constant. Okay. I suggest again that you differentiate this to make sure you get back to there. Let's move down to these two questions. So here we'll want to get rid of the fraction. That's always annoying when we integrate fractions. So we'll rewrite it as a product times and then 4 minus e to the power of minus x to the power of negative a half. This is for the square root, this is for the 1 over dx. Okay, just to be safe, let's actually do the writing out here of f of x and g of x. F of x is of course x to the power of minus a half, and the inside is what's in that bracket, g of x, 4 minus e to the power of minus x. Okay, and now we can continue. So, I need to make sure I have the right format. Well, the derivative of 4 minus e to the power of minus 4x, I'll let you work that out slowly, continue here your side work, and you'll realize that the answer is exactly this one. So here, we already are in the format g prime of x, and f of g of x is there. So everything's good here for this one. I don't need to do any gymnastics in front. So I end up with 4 minus e to the power of minus x, add 1 to the power, that's a half, and divide by the new power, like this, add my constant, and we'll want to rewrite this, dividing by a half, same as multiplying by 2, 2 times 4 minus e to the power of minus x to the power of a half. I suppose I can rewrite this as a square root if I wanted to, plus c. So let's do that, 2 square root of 4 minus e to the power of minus x, because I want to. Okay, plus c. Fine? Wonderful. And now let's do this one. Okay, again we'll write out the information just to be safe, but first I'll get rid of the fraction here by writing it as a product, e to the power of 3x times, and then this will be something to the power of minus 3, and the something is e to the power of 2 plus e to the power of 3x. Alright, the whole thing dx. And now we can write out f of x, that's going to be the outside here, x to the power of minus 3, g of x minus 3, g of x, that's what's in the brackets there. And by the way, maybe we can do g prime of x together for this one. Okay, the 2 gives 0, and this chain rule here, mini chain rule for this one, e to the power of 3x multiplied by the derivative of the inside, so 3 times e to the power of 3x. Okay, so let's go ahead. That equals integral of e to the power of 3x, I copy it out for the moment, times 2 plus e to the power of 3x to the power of minus 3 dx. Now I've just done g prime of x here. Have I got it here? Well, almost, not quite. I actually need to multiply by 3 here, and because I multiply by 3, I also divide by 3. Good. Okay. So the hard work is done. Now I just apply the formula. We need capital F of x. Integrate this here, x to the power of minus 3. So raise the power by 1. I get minus 2. Divide by the new power, negative 2. And now g of x stays unchanged. And that 1/3 here in front, that comes down there. Alright. Plus my constant of integration. We're almost done. Just clean up a little bit. 1/3 and divided by negative 2, that's negative 1/6. And we get 2 plus e to the power of 3x to the power of minus 2 plus c. Okay, got that down. You guys are awesome, and I see you tomorrow.